Hi, this is Mayank. Good morning. Welcome to the channel. First of all, wish you all a very happy new year. So today we'll talk about two different kind of investment and the comparison between both of these. Okay. So one is investment in real estate versus investment in stocks. We have two calculations here. So I have done it in the Excel sheet. I have taken a copy of image of this. I'll not upload the Excel sheet for you. So investment in real estate. So cost of house, for example, for Bangalore we have seen it's around 4,000 something like that, 2010. So example, you buy a 1,000 square feet house, so you pay around 40 lakhs for that. Okay, so 4,000 into 1,000 comes to around 40 lakhs. So suppose you make the, like this I'm talking about including your taxes and everything for ease of calculation. So 40 lakhs you would have paid, and out of that you would have made a down payment of 10 lakhs. Okay, so 25% including all the taxes and everything, and you opt for a housing loan of 30 lakhs. So when you calculate for 10 years, since we are talking about historical trend for 10 years, we'll keep a calculation only for 10 years here. So the monthly EMI for 10 years comes around 40,480. So the totaling everything, the down payment and the housing loan you take, and after paying the EMI, the interest which you accrue, the total comes around 58 lakhs 57,660. So basically the 10 lakhs was the down payment. Apart from down payment, you would have paid roughly nearly 48.5 lakhs. Okay, so it's 18 lakhs is your interest on this. So total 40 lakh of a house, you paid the interest and everything, and you got for 58 lakh 57,660. So this is your cost of the house, the actual cost of house. Okay, people count as the cost of the house, the price what they buy it for, but they don't consider the interest rate on that what they pay in the form of EMI. So if you total, this is the figure 58 lakh. Okay, now keeping in perspective, the return of Bangalore is 49%, so we make it 50% for ease of calculation. So if your house is 40 lakhs, after 10 years the house value is around 60 lakhs. So this is the current value of a house. If you would have bought a house in 2010 same date, so today the value of that house would have been 60. Okay, so you would have paid 60 lakhs. Now we'll also calculate the savings from rent. Suppose you rent that house, you took a house on EMI and you stay in that house. So again I've taken the figure is a bit more in number, like higher in number. Okay, the average return rent of this kind of house, 1,000 square feet house, in which you paid that much money, would have been 15,000-16,000. Okay, on average. For our calculation, we make it 24 lakhs after 10 years. So it's 2,40,000 per year. So that is 20,000 per month. So assume you would have saved a rent of 20,000 per month for entire 10 years. So that comes around 24 lakhs. And definitely you've taken home loan, so you save money on the interest what you pay. So since you paid only 18 lakh 57,000 interest, ease of calculation I make it a 30% tax bracket, and you save around 6 lakh on 18 lakhs, so 33%. Even I increase that to 33%. Okay, so these numbers are inflated in the favor of real estate to see if real estate investment is really a good return or not. Okay, so when I say inflate, the rent is definitely will not get 20,000 10 years back, and the tax bracket is 30%. It might go less also if you're not in that bracket, but still I consider 33.33%. So keeping all these things in mind, a house which you buy for 40 lakhs and then you take a loan of 30, you pay EMI, and then you add appreciation cost. Okay, so the house becomes 60 lakhs. Okay, so you suppose then you sell it off. So a house which you buy for 58 lakhs 57,000 after everything, after interest and all, the same house you sold for 60 lakh. So basically you make a profit of not more than 1.5 lakh after 10 years in that house. So 1.5 lakh profit here, plus 24 lakh you save from rent, plus 6 lakh you save from around your taxes. So total you save around 31 lakh 42,340 your return on the house. So I hope you understand what calculation we are trying to do here. You get a house and you stay in that house, and after 10 years you sell that house. So basically the difference of getting that house and the price at what you sell, plus all the money you save in the process of saving tax and saving rent. Even I didn't consider the cost of your some kind of maintenance in the house. Suppose a pipe starts leaking and your sanitary wires are not working, you change it. Geyser stopped working, you change it. Those things are not even considered. Okay, excluding all those things, your return will be 31,42,340. Now we'll go to index fund investment. So we'll keep the same numbers. Suppose first time you did a down payment of 10 lakhs here, same you do invest in one-time investment as the index fund. Okay, then you pay EMI of 40,000 per month. Same thing you start paying here. Okay, so it becomes 40,000 per month. Okay, now we'll compound it to 20% return. When you compound it 20% return, you get a return of 1,86,000. Sorry, 1,86,51,000. This is the return what you get. Okay, so this is the monthly. Now you can argue that you not put 40,000, but you'll put 20,000 since you are putting 20,000 on EMI, right? So keeping that also in mind, if you reduce that 40,000 to 20,000 EMI, you'll get a return of close to 1 crore. Okay, so and now this is 20%. This is the historical return. Now in general, if you read blogs and all, if you read news, in general, on an average, index fund have given return of 10% for sure. Like this is the least number what index fund have given return in any country. Even if you go to Dow Jones, if you go to S&P, if you go to Nikkei, everything would have returned you more than 10% on year. So if you invested this amount and got a modest return, the least return of 10%, you would have got over 1 crore. Right, so this is the return what you are getting in case of index fund. Nearly like the least possible scenario is a crore. If you are in a good scenario, the current happening scenario, probably get around 1.8 crores. And your return what you get a real investment is 31,42,000. If you add miscellaneous expenses, probably it will become only 30 lakhs. So it's more than 3 times you get when you invest in index fund compared to real estate investment. Plus you get some other flexibilities, like if you buy a house, in a particular location. So 10 years you need to be in that house itself. Suppose your office moved to a far location, you need to travel a lot, you spend a lot of time on traveling. And those are the few pros and cons comes with owning a house and staying in a place in a big city. So traffic, congestion, and those things are a big problem. Water problems and those things are there. You cannot just shift a house because you're facing some problem. But on renting, you can do that. So keeping those pros and cons aside of renting versus buying, we'll discuss about only buying a house and investing in the index fund in terms of the monetary part. So monetary part, you can see the calculation here. Since I told you it's 30 lakhs probably returns in real estate and nearly 1 crore return when it comes to your index fund investment. Even if you make it 20,000, you'll definitely earn more than this return, the return what you get in real estate investment. So we have a summary here and explained you how things are working historically, how the calculation works, okay, and what are the different reasons why invest. So if you are emotional and societal reasons is not your reason for getting a house, getting a roof over your head is not your priority right now. Your priority is to get a return. Then summary wise, index fund is definitely a winner compared to your real estate investment. So people tell it's not safe. When we talk about safety, probably buying a stock, choosing a stock, investing is more risky than mutual fund is less risky. But if you see, index fund is no risk at all. Keeping in perspective, 10% is definitely will get. And also think that you need to be invested. If you see the market crashing, if you move out of the stock, then probably you'll not get the return what we have seen here. You need to stay invested in that, and eventually if market crashes also, it goes up again. So summary wise, if you stay invested, your index fund is way better return than your real estate investment, and it's hassle free as well as risk free. So this is what we have compared, and we have come to conclusion. So if you like this video, you share with your friends and you hit the like button. Also, if you like our content, please subscribe our channel and hit the notification bell so that you can get the notification whenever we upload any new video. Also, if you have any suggestion for any video content or any kind of comparison or any stock analysis, please put in the comments. We'll have a look in that and we'll create a video for that information. So that's it for today. Thank you so much and join us in the next video. Thank you.